Okay, so we've popped the hive. Nice warm evening. Usually 35 degrees in the hive, so this is not a big adjustment for them. Here with Nath remain. We've popped the top off and we've taken 2 empty drawers out, and inside bees have been very busy and they've built so much comb in not a long period, only maybe 10 days, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And they've bridged the comb between the frames, possibly because the frames had a little gap in there and they thought it was a good idea to join it up. But we're now in a situation where we have to decide whether we split it and so that we can get in there and we can investigate, or whether you just leave them alone. But Nath's been really good with some advice and said that you don't get honey out of the bottom box.
I think leave it and let them do their thing.
Yeah.
They've made a lot.
They've made a lot of comb in a very short amount of time. But yeah, this is actually just the busy box, and then down the track, once that's full and pumping along, then we're going to put a second box on the top, which is called the super. And the super, you put a mesh shield in between the 2 boxes apparently, and that's to keep the queen on the bottom row, so she doesn't fit through the holes, but these other guys do. But if the queen stays down the bottom, then she can't lay the eggs in the top ones, so when you come to crack the cells off and spin the frames in the extractor, you don't get all these half grown baby bees in your honey, because that'll be crunchy and weird, so you just don't. So the question is, do we disrupt this amazing piece of art that they've created, or do we just let them go and then put the mesh in the second box on top? We think let them go. The only concern that we've got is that when the queen decides to, or not when the queen decides to, when they lay another egg and a second queen, apparently they lay like a little peanut, like little cell, and the queen comes out, and then my understanding is if the queen comes out and you've got 2 queens, they have a battle, and then half the hive can like rebel and split, and then
Which is what you get.
Which is maybe where they came from in the first place. So but what you do is usually you grab that little peanut cell and squash it, so you've only got 1 queen, and you kill the new growing queen, so you don't have to deal with double queen, you know, share house dramas. That's it, I'm moving out with the new one, blah blah blah. So if it gets to that, we're in trouble, because we won't be able to see the new queen growing in that little cacophony of madness, because you can't whip out the drawers and see what's going on. But maybe let's just run with it. It's not. When are they going to grow a new queen? No, it's not for a while.
No, I don't think, at least until next year. You're pretty safe.
Well, let's just deal with it when we think it's time.
There we go.
We'll maybe get a little
They're
bit
looking
more
pretty
advice.
healthy.
They're happy bees. They're in the shade. We did have a little bit of water damage from the bloody storm recently, and that's caused a little bit of water in the top, so we're going to give that a good scrub and make sure there's no mold in there. Did we have a look on the bottom of the box if there was any mold? It was clear?
They're pretty good at cleaning up after themselves.
Great. So they've kept the bottom clear, but we'll give that a good scrub.
They're pretty tidy, little babies.
There you go. It's exciting times around at bloody Reservoir Bee Town. Let's just see. Well, hopefully they're going to just grow out and fill out those additional 4 frames, and we're going to have. It's going to be a buzz. It's going to be on. It's going to be grass. Bring it on. Bring on summer. Okay.